Welcome to 2012 playoff football here at the campus of Kentucky Country Day in Louisville, Kentucky. Michael Bennett will be joining us shortly. We've got about 24 minutes before game time to kick off. We got some honoree captains for tonight's game. We'll be doing an on-the-field interview with them. This is 852FX on iHigh.com. Using the Verizon 4G LTE mobile hotspot to be able to bring you today's exclusive playoff action. Once again, this is 852FX on iHigh.com. Using the Verizon 4G LTE mobile hotspot. We'll be back right after this break. Welcome back. We're taking a look inside the Fulton City Bulldogs huddle as they're getting ready for pregame.
Took my heart away from money. Ain't interested in fame. And I pray that never change. Ambition is priceless. It's something that's in your veins. And I put that on my name.
Only hope I had was selling. Was on my grind 'cause times was harder than the cellar flow. My mama taught me never steal and never tell them folks. I grew up looking up the that was selling. Oh, I was raised by the stop sign. No religion, I was getting saved by the nine. By the minute, I was getting paid like a hotline. Serving raw, fiends called. We was that kind. What connected, what respected, and what protected. And get accepted, what rejected, and they regretted. And get my message, what was signal when I was texting. If I was calling was fraud, and I learned my lesson. Now I move with aggression. Use my mind as a weapon. Chances were never given, they took them like interceptions. So throw that pass, I'll be the cornerback. Me and DeLauren, MMG gon' bring that one back.
Easy to train, my train, though, what's hard.
With just under 19 minutes to go before kickoff, KCD is heading to the locker room for last-minute preparations before they come back to take the field. Fulton City's still warming up.
Took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get the way those game day jerseys down the hall. Kings of the schoolmen, where the boys are fall. Well, it's turning face to stars and stripes. It's fighting back them butterflies. It's calling in the air all around. Yes, sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging miles.
Well, the Bearcats should be out on the field here in just a few moments. We're going to go back to highlights from earlier in the year for your pregame presentation. This is 852 FX on iHigh.com. We'll be back with Michael Bennett and Bob Holgrave for the call of your game here for the 2012 football season at Kentucky Country Day.
Beautiful pass right there, complete to Jordan Duff. He's to the 45, to the 50. Going to be tackled. No, he's still going. He's down to the 35-yard line for a first and 10 Bearcats. Touchdown Bearcats! They give it to a beautiful run right there. I tell you, he was running, turning, doing everything he could to get that ball into the, a lot of electric running right there, and an electric player. Looks like they're going to let the clock run out. So, nope, they got it off before it goes. 2nd and 7, Desmond's back there running. He's got a lot of tackling right there. He might get away, but I don't think so. He's going to be brought down by the Bearcat defense. Nice job right there by Tommy Safari with the assistance. And number 56, Collier Clay. Great job. It's going to be 4th down and 4 for the Golden Eagles, and it is going to be a punt as Khalil Wilson takes his first punt for the year. Receives it around the 20-yard line. He's trying to get some room. Doesn't have much to go, but he's got traffic. He's going out to the 35, out to the 39-yard line. You are correct. He did fake it. Wide open. Jordan Duffy's to the 40. Down to the 30. Got some traffic. He's cleared down to the 10. Bam! Touchdown Bearcats. Jordan Duff all the way with a beautiful run. Perfect pass by Robert Schultz. Beautiful kick right there by Davis. It's going to be received at the 3-yard line. Well, got some room to run. No, he doesn't. He's going to be down right there at the 6-yard line. That's going to be intercepted, though. 89 Josh Spray. I bet his grandparents from Sebastian, Florida are real proud of that young man. Great job right there. I would agree with that. He's got it right there. Isaiah Burns takes him down all the way out to the 33-yard line. It's going to be a conversion for the Bearcats. They're going to take over 1st and 10 Bearcats. A lot of them come in to watch this 2012 team with a lot of expectations. It's complete to Khalil Wilson. He's out to the 50, dances out to the 47, 45-yard line. Snaps the ball a little high, but he's got some room to run. He's trying to make a play out there. It's complete. It goes out to Jordan Duff. He's going to dance again. He's out to the 21-yard line for a first down Bearcats. 30 seconds left. Bearcats call a quick timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Bearcats as they try to make a quick score here before the end of the half. Roberts back to pass. It's going to be complete to number 24, Benton State. He's out to the 5, Vernon. Touchdown, Bearcats! Nice job right there. Great catch. Beautiful pass and a little dancing in there, and he's in for the end zone for a touchdown.
I tell you what, Mike, you take a look at that Shawnee defense out there. It looks like they got athletes out there. They just had another 15 or 20 guys.
Absolutely.
Push it up a little bit.
Here comes that play again. Nice fake right there. Jordan's got a run. Catch up with him. 15-10. Touchdown, Bearcats. Nice to see a rip right there. Hopefully puts this game out of hand and get some of the JV players in for the ball game. Beautiful kick right there by David, all the way down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be returned by number 5, or number 6, LaQuan Smith.
Dominique.
It's going to be complete to Cole. He's going to go in. Touchdown, Bearcats. Beautiful pass by Robert Jones. Goes down to do a jet bump all the way down to Khalil Wilson. Bearcats now lead 34-0 with 8:35 left in this third quarter. Action they had from the first half. David Holtgrave in for the point after attempt. It's good. Bearcats take now a commanding lead with 8:35 left in the third quarter. They lead 35-0 for Shawnee. This game's being sponsored by Jeff Waller, Toyota of Clarksville.
Tonight, the Bearcats are hosting a playoff game for their 3rd year in a row and have the opportunity to record their first 10-win season in school history. They face a Fulton City Bulldog team that has been outscored 377-78 and only recorded 1 win for the season. But even though the Bulldogs have a small roster, they are an athletic team and a strong offensive and defensive line. With a win tonight, we get to host another playoff game next week. But if we lose, an era that has brought a winning tradition to KCD that includes players breaking all kinds of records would come to an end. But let's not concentrate on the task at hand, and that is the Bearcats outmatch the Bulldogs in talent and speed, and this game should get out of hand quickly to allow, yet again, the younger players to get a taste of what it's like to play and get experience in a playoff game. It's the Bearcats versus the Fulton City Bulldog. Tonight alongside me is my good friend and father of the #1 kicker in the state of Kentucky, Bob Holtgrave. Bob, good to have you here.
Michael Bennett, how are you? God, you look better today than you did last week. It's unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh. Well, real quickly, I am going to run down. We've got some special guests here tonight. We've got Major Mike Arnett, Sergeant First Class Brian Bowman, Sergeant First Class Josie Matthews, who've been here all day. Kind of what is become a bridge to Fort Campbell is what they called
fantastic.
it. Chris Bryce was nice enough to start this, and it's become a special event to give KCD students a taste of what it's like to be in the military.
Well, I think those are great lessons for our young kids to learn. Those guys obviously provide an invaluable service to this country, and so many things are provided to us as a result of those fine young men.
Well, exactly, and I got the chance and opportunity to meet them real quickly before the game, and they just good-looking guys. That one's from Murray, Kentucky, one's from Corydon, Indiana, and one's from California. So they've traveled not too far a distance, but one has come across the country. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to go down. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, so, Michael, if you take a look at the scores of those games, if you take 300 points off the opponent's score of the Fulton City team, they'd be 1 point. They would have outscored their opponents by 1. So, in all seriousness, I think that if the Bearcats do what they're supposed to do, it should be a game that we should, that we should be able to handle pretty easily. So, here at in Louisville, Kentucky, a nice brisk evening, 40, 45 degrees, I'm guessing, at game time, and field looks great. Everything looks great. It should be a good game. So we're excited to have you here. We're going to get Michael Bennett down on the field for some pregame festivities. In fact, I think the Bearcats are getting ready to take the field. So,
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Well, I got my special guest that I mentioned just a little bit ago, Major Mike Arnett, Sergeant First Class Brian Bowman, and Sergeant First Class Josie Matthews. Josie, you're kind of the furthest from home, so anybody out there you'd like to say hello to?
Not really.
Well, so that's why you joined the Army, so you don't have to say hello to anybody, I'm assuming.
Be out on my own and see the world.
Well, one thing that I was mentioning earlier, can't thank you for the service that you give, not only to coming up here and hosting a lot of the KCD students and really educating them what kind of life experience this is for y'all, but also that y'all have done within our nation. So now tell me a little bit about you, Brian. You're from what area?
I'm from a little town called Corydon, Indiana, just right across the river, right side of the river. Anyway.
Well, that's enough I'll say to you then, because Colts lover, I am a Bengals fan, and I get tired of it. All they show here in town is just the Colts. But if I remember correctly, if my history is right, Corydon was actually the first capital.
Indiana, that's right. That's right.
Now, Doctor, I know you have kind of a different role than these other two guys over here. Why don't you explain to everybody what you do?
Well, my job is when these guys get hurt or sick or have boo-boos, that I'm there to take care of them.
Do they have a lot of boo-boos?
They don't have a lot, but when they do, they need Band-Aids, and I make a point to keep Hello Kitty Band-Aids in the aid station for them.
Exactly. Now, Brian, tell us a little bit about what y'all did today and what this experience was like for you.
It was great for us to be able to get out and really intermingle with the kids and just give back to the community. It's something that we don't get to do enough of because we're deployed so much. So it was really special for us to be able to get in there and interact with the kids and pass along some life knowledge that we've learned.
Are all three of y'all in the same outfit?
Yes, we're all with the 5th Special Forces group. Yeah.
What made you become a part of the Special Forces? And why don't you describe a little bit more about what the Special Forces is about compared to the regular Army?
The Special Forces is the only unconventional warriors in the military, and the reason I chose it is because of the diversity and the challenge that you accept every day. No day is the same. You're constantly being tested, and it's a place to prove yourself and test your mettle.
Well, not only are you, but Doctor, you're in the Special Forces as well, correct?
I haven't communications course like they have, so.
Well, thank y'all very much. I know you got an important task out there at the 50-yard line, and we'll have you go out there. Thanks, guys. Good luck to you. Thank you, Josie. All right, guys. Well, I'll hand it back up to Bob Holtgrave. I'll talk about the
well, hey, Michael, I can take the lead here. So let's go through the KCD captains. Unique set of captains. Really, so Josh Spurrier, number 9, is a senior. He's going to be one of the captains. Number 61, sophomore August Blocker, is a captain. Number 44, Evan Mock, a sophomore, is a captain. And lastly, Travis Abrams, number 65, is a captain as well. So the flip of the coin happened. I'm not sure who won the toss, but KCD won the toss, and they will be receiving the football to start the game. So I think Coach Jones wants to get the offense on the field as quickly as possible. So really a unique honor for kids like August Blocker and Travis Abrams and Evan Mike to be captains in a playoff game as sophomores. So,
and that is their first time ever to be captain. So the captains for Fulton City, number 11, Devon Jackson. Number 23, Greg Wheeler. Number 52, Khalil Frame. And number 53, Dexter Alvis.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty small roster they have, isn't it, Michael?
Very small roster, but they are very athletic. They best player on the team is the quarterback, number 11, Devon Jackson. He's 5'7", 180 pounds.
What you have to do. No one, and I mean it, no one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Bearcat fans, stand to your feet and welcome to the field your 2012 KCD Bearcats.
Well, as mentioned a little bit before, the best player on the team is the quarterback, number 11, Devin Jackson. He's 5'7", 180 pounds. He'll also play free safety. He's fast, tough, scramble at any time when he's back there in the pocket. But also the player that we're going to watch tonight, who's the best lineman that KCD has faced. Plus, he is definitely, as Coach Jones would say, a Division I prospect, and that's number 52, Khalil Frame. He's 6'5", 280 pounds.
And he'll Khalil you with that frame, won't he?
Wow. I am not going that far.
You know, Michael, I got to tell you, that we faced some good offensive linemen. I remember the Twins that we faced at Carroll County. They were special. For Coach Jones to say that this kid's maybe the best offensive lineman they face, that's quite a compliment.
Well, the officials for tonight's game, Bryce Kerfies. Or am I reading there? No, I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah.
Brian Tunner, Ted Conley, Christopher Robbins, Gail Spencer, and Craig Regenering. They're all from northern Kentucky, around the Florence area.
Great.
So just like they do with
they have
all
great
the
vision care centers up there in northern Kentucky, Michael. So hopefully that work started being it.
Well, like they do with every playoff game, we don't have the same officials that we normally see in the regular season games. They have the officials come from all over the state of Kentucky so that nobody can complain that KCD, the home team, got any home cooking.
I think that's a great idea. I know the way they do it in college sports and professional sports is the gentlemen that get to work the playoff games are generally the best in class. And, there's a gentleman, a father here at KCD, Matt Austin, who does inevitably almost every year the SEC championship game. So hopefully these guys are good officials. They've done well this year, and they call a really good game.
Well, back to receive for the Bearcats. Number 23, Lightning, Jordan Duff. Number 24, Benton C. And good to see back number 88, Khalil Wilson.
Yeah, Khalil probably could have played the last week or two. I think they held him out just to get him healthy. He's a critical component to our passing scheme, and also he plays safety for us. So he's very involved in in run coverages, pass coverages. He's really a key player. It's nice to have him back.
The kicker for tonight's game on the Fulton City side, number 64, Trice Jacole. He's a senior, and on the scouting report, honestly, he's not a very good kicker. So you're going to expect a lot of different types of kicks here, squibs, onside kicks, because they really have nothing to lose here. This is going to be a tough team for Fulton City.
So, Michael, what is Fulton City's record?
One game they've won.
One game, okay.
Yeah.
So similar to our last three opponents.
Yes, that's correct. So this game really should get out of hand quickly and allow the starters to have a seat and hopefully let some of the younger players get in here, as you're going to see a squib kick right there. Evan Mock's got it right there at the 38-yard line. He's going to be put down at the 37 on the Bearcats side. So this will be 1st and 10 as we see the offense of the Bearcats come out for the first time tonight. Robert Schultz running out there after getting last instructions from Coach Jones. Beautiful night here tonight.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I tell you what, we were talking about that when you were down on the field, Michael. I don't know if I've seen the field look better. It's Bermuda grass, so it's going to go dormant. But just the condition of the field looks immaculate.
It's going to be run by Isaiah Brents. Isaiah's got some room right there. Gets a gain of about 8 yards. We're going to call it 7, so it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, so, Michael, the first thing I notice is I look at this team. They got the one big kid in there, the Khalil Frame, and they're really, other than that, they don't have a whole lot of size up front. So it seems like we should be able to move the line of scrimmage and get some positive yardage running the ball.
Well, the starters on the Fulton County side, it's number 57.
I got I don't have 57 on my sheet.
That's always nice to know.
I think that's Fred Jones.
Fred Jones, Khalil Frame, Lewis Machine, Tommy Aiden, Nick Ware. It's going to be a pass right there, complete to Khalil Wilson. Got the first down and more. Got some good blocking going on right there by Tommy Stafiri, and he's going to be brought down right there at the 30-yard line.
Wilson, who carries to the
Khalil Wilson has a nice run right there after he caught that ball.
Yeah, tackled there by Joey Artemis for Fulton City. And more impressive was Khalil Frame ran that play down from behind as a 6'5", 280-pound player. That's pretty impressive. Michael, I think your scouting report is right on about that young man. I mean, just when I don't think you can do better with a scouting report, you go and do this. Way to go.
I do a lot of things better than you do.
I didn't say that.
Well, Schultz is showing shotgun for the first time tonight. Lone setbacks Isaiah Brents. Play action. There's going to be a pass. He's got a man open right there. Touchdown, Bearcats. That's
Tommy
complete
Stafiri.
to number 33, Tommy Stafiri. Way to strike first and quick with 10:33 left in the first quarter.
I tell you, the nicest thing about that play, Michael, is Robert Schultz was rolling to his left, which is tough for a right-handed quarterback to do, and he just delivered a strike right on the money to Tommy Stafiri. Never broke stride, right over his right shoulder. Is just perfect.
Nice to see. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Khalil Wilson out there. It's always good to have your regular holder for David Holtgrave as he checks in for the first time for the point after attempt. He boots it through, and we take the lead 7-0 with 10:33 left in the first quarter. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network.
Country Day 7, Fulton City 0. Which you may need tonight. Thank you.
Well, with 10:33 left, we go 4 plays, and Bearcats score. Strike first, 7-0, as Robert Schultz throws an absolutely beautiful pass to Tommy Stafiri.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful
David
play all the way
will be
around.
kicking off for the Bearcats.
And what a player Tommy Stafiri's turned out to be. We talk about Robert a lot, but man, Tommy Stafiri, he runs the ball well. He catches everything thrown to him. He's just a great player.
Well, that's going to be touchback. Well, you bring up a great point, because I got the chance to sit down with Coach Green this week. One of the things is he was mentioning to me is that you'd never know Tommy to be really a football player because of the fact that he's not fast, he's not quick, but what makes him a standout player and a great athlete on this football team that we desperately need is the fact that he's got the football mentality. He constantly and consistently knows where the football is, where he needs to be, and probably has the best mind out there on the field.
Yeah, you know, Michael, you're not going to like this comment, but from a soccer perspective, Tommy Staferi was an unbelievable soccer player. And David and Mark have tried to talk to him about coming out for the soccer team, and they just couldn't convince him. So, nice tackle there by Josh Spurrier, helped by Tommy Staferi, right on cue.
Devon Jackson, number 11 on that carry for Fulton City. If you're not familiar with Fulton City, it is in the most western part of the state, close to the state line of Kentucky and Tennessee. So, I mean, it's probably a 4 or 5 hour drive for them to get up here. And I feel bad for these guys because as soon as this game's over, they're driving straight back.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. I got to tell you, though, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at their team, and number 84 on their roster, Deontay Holder, looks like just an absolute stud. You know, I don't know if we have credentials on him. I know he's a senior, but I don't know height and weight. Looks like he's a tight end.
Well, he is. He's called a wide receiver. He's large, but he's really not a receiving threat.
Oh, he's not. Because he's got to be 6'6", 6'7", and maybe 260.
Yeah. Well, he's not fast, and he's definitely not the player that number 52 is. Khalil Frame, but you know, you need big kids out there, and this is football. But sometimes he might look big and mean, but on the other hand, he's most likely a teddy bear.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm gonna go on record as I'll take our Khalil over there, Khalil.
I think that's a great point. I would agree with you wholeheartedly. Well, the starting lineup for the Bearcats on defense is number 4, Isaiah Brents. Number 23. Number 23, Jordan Duff.
Safety.
Number 24, Benton C.
Cornerback.
Number 33, Tommy Staferi.
Linebacker.
Number 54, Cam Sample.
Defensive tackle.
Number 56, Collier Clay.
Defensive end.
Number 64, Alan Papalia.
He's a linebacker.
Number 70, a part of that
defensive end,
Twin Towers, Ben Rice. And it's going to be a run right there.
Nice job stringing that play out, and a really nice tackle by Cam Sample.
And finishing out the defensive starters, number 65, Travis Abrams, number 88, Khalil Wilson, and number 89, finishing up the nasty island, Josh Spurrier, who had a whale of a game
he had a
last
great
week.
game. It looks like Jack Pike's out there right now as well. So, so I think they rotate probably 10 to 12 guys on the defense, Michael, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of Robert Schultz in there at safety, too.
Under center's number 5.
It pitched to Devon Jackson, and Devon Jackson just has nowhere to go. He's swarmed by a host of Bearcats there.
And it's going to go for a loss of about 3 yards, so it's going to be 4th down. As we see the punter, number 64, Trice Jacole, come out, senior, for the Bulldogs. Back to receive is going to be number 88.
13, so it looked like Fulton City had some positive yardage on first down and then lost yardage on consecutive plays on second and third down. So good first series there for the Bearcat defense, Michael.
Yes, it was.
Penalty marker.
Not certain if there was a substitution penalty there or what the penalty is going to be. That's going to be offsides against the Bearcats. Wow, I didn't see that. Well, that's not going to help them much. It's only a 5-yard penalty. So it's still going to be 4th down and long, 4th down and 8 for the Bulldogs. 8:23 left in the first quarter. Bearcats are leading 7-0. Take the ball on their first possession. And 4 plays, a beautiful pass to Tommy Staferi for the touchdown. Getting ready to have our second possession. Oh! Josh Spurrier almost blocked that and forced their punter, Trice, to just really have a poor punt right there.
Yeah, you know, the punt didn't carry very far, Michael, and it was almost on a 45-degree with the sideline. So
with no wind.
He might have gotten 10 yards, 12 yards out of that punt. Yeah, so marking it at the 35, so the punt covered actually 23 yards.
As a reminder to everyone out there, if you would like to have a shout-out, you can email me at bluegrassmedical, all one word, bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats, 8:13 left first quarter. Isaiah Brents has the run. Big hole up the middle.
That's Tommy
Staffieri. I was fake the whole way. He's down to the 5 and going to be all the way in for a touchdown. Bearcats, no.
They're not giving it to him.
I thought he got in there.
I did too. You know, we don't have the best angle here, but it certainly looked like he got it.
Well, I was faked out by the play the whole time. I could have sworn Jordan Duff had that ball.
Oh, yeah. Jacole Trice was on that tackle for Fulton City. Really nice run there by Tommy Staffieri. We're seeing Tommy Staffieri contribute early. Caught a 40-yard touchdown pass and now a nice 34-yard run from the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's nice to see him back on defense as well. You know, he was held out last week because of a stinger that he received, but he's all go now, no problems with that stinger.
Touchdown. He's going to walk in.
Yeah, touchdown Bearcats, Jordan Duff. 7:38 left as we see David Holtgrave coming out there to kick the point after attempt for the second time tonight in a row. Hey, I'm afraid this game's going to get out of hand and out of hand quick.
Yeah, Michael, I suggest we run the clock.
Start it right now, huh? Let's just go ahead and put the JV team in.
Yeah.
Run down there and tell coach to do that. No more touchdowns, just field goals.
Yeah, that would be nice. High snap handled by Khalil, and the kick is good.
Well, with that, 7:38 left. Bearcats are leading 14-0. This game's being brought to you by iHigh.com and 852 FX.
14, Fulton City 0.
He got named, mentioned All-State in soccer.
That's great.
Yeah.
David Holtgrave will be kicking off for the Bearcats. For Fulton City, Brian Johnson.
Well, 2 plays on the second possession for the Bearcats, and they score quickly again. Tommy Staffieri takes it all the way down to the 1. I thought he scored.
Yeah, I did too, Michael. You know, we got really close there to to facing a second down there. It was good news, though. The KCD Bearcats were able to convert on first down and get the first down.
What do you say? I mean, I don't have any idea what to say.
This is 4 weeks in a row. It's really unfortunate because I tell you what, most likely we're going to play a Russellville team next week that is every bit as good or better than Carroll County. And we haven't played anybody of substance for 7-8 weeks. So
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And and Russellville has a better lit rating than Country Day.
They do. I noticed that.
So they'll be
the favorite.
It should be a real big struggle. Yeah, they'll be favored most likely by 5 or 6 points.
Well, the challenge is we're going to have to throw the ball next week. So, and we haven't thrown the ball as much as as I would like. I know Coach Jones strives for a balance, but we are so heavy on the run right now that throw the ball. So, they may have to run the score up here just to give Robert some reps.
Nice tackle right there. Pass was complete. Tackle was by number 44, Evan Mock. So it's going to go for a gain of 3 yards. It'll be second down 7 with 7 minutes left.
Yeah, so Evan Mock's really had a good football season, hasn't he, Michael?
Yes, he has. And because he's got a dad that really knows football and has trained and taught and done a phenomenal job with Evan. So Evan's always been one that's been.
Last year when we were doing chain gang, and Evan is a very special wrestler. I don't know if he's wrestling anymore or not, but it used to be the KCD had a wrestling team of 1, and it was Evan Mock, and we were pretty good. So I don't know if Evan's still wrestling or not, but I understand him to be an excellent wrestler.
Well, a gain of 3 yards right there. Devon Jackson was able to get that gain, so it'll be third down 4 with 6:25 left in the first quarter.
So, Michael, I had an opportunity before the game to talk to Will Smith. Will Smith's a senior here at KCD. Will has signed a letter of intent to play baseball at the University of Louisville. Will, you talking about a special player. Will is just an unbelievable baseball player. I asked him what position they think he's going to play at U of L, and he said even though he can throw the ball in the low 90s as a pitcher, he'll probably play catcher and second, short, or third. So he's really a great kid. Julie and Mark Smith should be really proud of that young man.
Last play goes for a loss of 4 yards. So it's going to be 4th down 8 with 5:50 left. And you bring up something exactly as you see number 23, Lightning, Jordan Duff out there to receive the punt. But Will, as you see, a high snap right there. Not a very good kick. I don't think it's going to be returned here.
It's going to be a good kick. It's going to turn out to be a great kick considering the pressure he got.
Yeah, ball's going to be down at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs.
27-yard punt.
So, but you talked about Will, and Will will work out down in the baseball complex with my son Mason.
Oh, okay.
And so I've offered to Will a few times to pitch to him, and I tell you what, Mason's a very accomplished player, but when you get a few years on you and
amazing
the strength that Will has, I would get nervous pitching to that guy.
Yeah,
he hits the ball hard.
Yeah, so Will has played the last couple years in a semi-pro development league for the Kansas City Royals farm system, and he's grown accomplished to using wood bats.
Yeah.
And not only is he accomplished with them, he batted about 500 with the wood bats. So, yeah, the kid's special, and he's as good of a baseball player as that he is. He's a better kid. So
about a 9-yard gain right there on the run
back
for Isaiah Brents, but that unfortunately is going to be coming back. That's going to be false start. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. So going to be 1st and 20, or excuse me, 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 with 5:26 left. Not a bad crowd on the Bearcat side. It's pretty sparse over on the Bulldog side. I'm assuming just because of the fact it's a hike up here for those people to come all the way to Louisville.
And especially if you're coming here with 16 players, which 17 players that they have, and you're bringing a 1-9 record against a 9-1 team from the city. You got to realize your chances of being compared. Tommy Stafari on the carry. He's got loads of room to run. He's still running, Michael.
He's got blockers out to the front. He's down to the 20. 15, he's still on his feet. He's going to be tackled right there by number 52, Khalil Frame. So the ball's going to be placed right there at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
I think that's about a 40-yard carry on that, Michael.
Yes, it was.
At the Bulldog 15.
You brought up something earlier with 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Bearcats leading 14-0. Tommy has really developed into a phenomenal football player.
Well,
he's carrying this team.
Yeah, he's always been a great football player. But, I think that as he's gotten more and more involved with the offense, he can just do so many things. I think you're right. I think his football IQ is really high. Oh, a bad pass there by Robert Schultz. Intercepted there by number 1 for Fulton City. That's Brian Johnson. He returns it out to about the 6 or 7. Probably would have been a good idea for him just to down that. It's probably a throw Robert would like to have back.
Well, the tackle was by number 8, Jack Pike. He comes up a little slow, not certain what he's hurt himself with. Looks like he's hurt his wrist just a little bit, but unfortunately the Bearcats have the first turnover of the night with 4-4.
It is 1st and 10 for Fulton City at about the 6-yard line. At their own 6.
If you'd like to send an email, have a shout out, email me at bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com. Not much of a play right there, Bob.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're just not moving the line of scrimmage at all. I think if I were Fulton City, I would put that big number 84 next to the Khalil kid. I'd put him next to Khalil Frames, and I'd run my running back right behind those two guys and see if they could get lost behind them and 4 or 5 yards.
You got the hiccups?
No. Did I? Stepped in what?
Yeah, exactly. You stepped in a lot. Well, they're giving them 1 yard, so it's going to be 2nd down 9. 4:05 left, first quarter. It's going to be another run play. Not real far. He's going to slip and fall right there at the 2-yard line. They're going to give him the 3, but I thought he was down at the 2, so.
It looked like Greg Wheeler on that carry, didn't it?
Going from bad to worse. So you are correct. Greg Wheeler.
About 4 to 5 yards.
Greg Wheeler, he's a quick player, he's tough. and a really good blocker. So the field is in great shape. That's
gorgeous.
That's one of the things that the officials were saying as I was talking to them before the game, is that they're really impressed with the facilities that we have here at Kentucky Country Day. So Bearcats are leading 14-0. Unfortunately, just had a turnover.
Oh, nice run there by number 11 there for that's Devon Jackson.
Yeah, he slowed down by number 33, Tommy Stafiri, and then finally taken down by number 56. Devon Jackson has the carry, and then Clay Collier finishes. Clay finishes him off. So nice tackle right there by both, a combination tackle by both those guys.
You know, all these kids on this KCD team are really, really great kids. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit partial to Collier Clay. What a player he's turned out to be. He never comes off the field. He anchors the offensive line at center and really has been a force on defense.
Jordan's going to pick this up. I'm waiting for him to. No, he fakes it. And it's going to be down right there around the 41-yard line. So
31 yards on that punt, Michael. Every punt, he kicks it worse, but he gets more yardage out of them.
He ought to just do a rugby-style kick, because I think he would get more out of it. Number 89, Josh Spurrier, is dying to block one of those balls and just hadn't been able to. So we'll see what the Bearcats do with their fourth possession of the night. First two go for touchdowns. Second one goes for a turnover, being a interception and an ill-advised pass for Robert Schultz. But hopefully we'll correct it here and get another score on the board as we see 2:31 left, first quarter.
Jack Pike, plenty of room to run.
Well, actually caught by Jack Pike. It was thrown by Robert Schultz. It's all right. You're concentrating on kicking. 2:22 left, first quarter.
15-yard gain there, Michael.
Yes, it was.
As you were ragging on me, I was tracking the yardage there.
That's the only thing I live for, is ragging on you. You just have that look.
I need it. I deserve it.
The ball's going to be marked right there at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Spread offense right here. Lone setback's going to be
all right, predict the play, Michael. What are they going to do? I'm going to say they're throwing it to Jordan Duff here. No, hand off to Jordan Duff.
Hand off to Jordan Duff. He's almost caught out there at the quarter, but he's got it. Going to get in 5. Touchdown Bearcats, as he just does a really nice high step into the end zone for the
he was once he turned the corner, he was one-on-one with Devon Jackson. Poor Devon Jackson didn't have a chance. They might have to check him in over to Norton's, because I think he broke both of his ankles.
No, that needs some oxygen on top of it all. Shoot, I need oxygen just watching Jordan Duff run. Well, 1:56 left in the first quarter. You might be right. We might be a running clock in the second quarter. And this is tough. I mean, I've never understood, as David Holtgrave puts it high up there, beautiful point after attempt kick, making it 21-0. We'll stay here, Kevin. But it's just you need some competition here because of the fact that look, who's better looking? I don't know. I am by far the best looking guy on TV.
I got it, Michael. I really do. I really.
How's that one?
Thanks, Puddin'. Give me one right there.
But I tell you, you need something, and I don't understand why the state of Kentucky does this. You have a 1-9 team that comes in here in the playoffs. It's like, let's give everybody a ribbon. And I totally disagree with this, because this is obviously not helping the Bearcats at all, and it is very much a mismatch.
Yeah, it used to be in high school football, it used to be that you had to have a certain record to get into the playoffs, and I think they've gone away from that. Now almost everybody participates, and ultimately what happens is they put the best teams against the worst teams, and it's really a demoralizing way for some of these teams to end their season. So think about it. These guys are driving 4.5 hours to come up here and to play in a game that they don't have a chance to win. The good news is, though, is they can go home and they can tune into AHA and listen to this unbelievable broadcast.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly there. As good looking as we are, we sound good too.
Oh, yeah. I think we need to talk a little deeper.
And a little sexier. I think a lift would be really good for us. But, my goodness, that ball's going to go out of bounds. Right around the 5-yard line. This is just ugly. Plain and simple. I don't know what else you can say. But that's one of the things that they're guilty of. Devon Jackson will fumble it, and he does that not only on the kickoff returns, but also the punt returns. He gets nervous, so he's got nervous hands, and we'll see that some tonight.
Yeah, so as a senior, you would hope that he could control his nerves, but
shoot, I'm 47. I can't control my nerves either.
That's true. That's true.
Especially when my wife's in front of me with an unusual look on her face. My nerves cannot be controlled.
Don't you talk about your lovely wife that way.
She makes me nervous. It's going to be a run play. A little bit of room right there. He's going to get a gain of about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd down 7. 1:40 left in the first quarter. Bearcats are leading 21-0.
Yeah, so it looks like Joy Artemias is their quarterback, and Devon Jackson's the tailback. I was thinking that Devon Jackson was the running back or the quarterback.
And that's exactly, you're correct, because that's what it said in the scouting report. So they've kind of changed their offense up a little bit here. I'm assuming trying to get some speed out there with Devon Jackson.
Yeah, it's interesting. You look at their roster, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of their 17 players are seniors. They're going to have to do some marketing inside the school to field a team next year.
Exactly. And all kidding aside, you're right, because of the fact more than half their team is gone after this ball game tonight. So this is going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll probably see one more play. It's going to be 3rd and about 5.5 as the ball is placed on the 10-yard line.
Michael, I see over on the sidelines, I see Jacob Corey standing over there. What a great player he was. Jacob struggled with some concussions, I think, last year. And, boy, it sure would be nice to have him back playing again. But I think he's concentrating on baseball now.
Yes, he is. A good player that he is there. Scrambling out to the outside. Got a little bit of room right there. But he's going to be well short of the first down as he's going to be taken down by
look like number 44.
Number 44, Evan Mock. You're right. So it's going to be 4th down with 19 seconds left. Real aggressive tackle right there. Evan leaped to make certain he went out of bounds. It was a great tackle.
Yeah, Evan's a tough kid. If I were Jordan, I would stand about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And I'd take that ball out of the air because he's carried it about 6 yards over the line of scrimmage, and it's rolled about 30 yards on the last couple kicks. Well, it looks like Jordan's doing that. So Jordan is literally 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he's going to try to catch this thing. Yeah.
Well, if he catches it, he's gone. They're not going to catch him.
No. I don't think they have anybody that has the speed that they need to stop Jordan.
They can't even get the right players out there right now. So, you hate to see this for a team. I don't wish this on any team. But another high snap, but he gets it. Evan Mock almost there. But this is going to be returnable right there. Catches about the 39-yard line, fakes him out. If he gets out to the corner, he could be gone, but he's going to be tackled right there at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, tackled there by number 44, Zach Osteen for Fulton City.
Got an injured player on the field. We're most likely going to have an injured timeout. I can't tell who it is so far.
Officials timeout.
But he's getting up gingerly. That's number 64.
Yeah, that's our punter, Nicole Trice.
Yeah. You like to see that in a punter.
Yeah, I tell you what, he doesn't have to run very far to cover his punts, though, Michael.
No, he doesn't. So that team will not get out of breath.
No, that's true. He stays fresh.
Wow. 6.2 seconds left in this first quarter. Bearcats come out with the offense. Have scored on every possession so far with the exception of one, which was a turnover by the Bearcats. And Fulton City has not gotten a first down yet.
I don't think so.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
I don't think they've gotten within 5 yards of a first down.
No, I think you're right. It's if you look at the stats, I'm sure they're negative yards as you see the ball go to Isaiah Brents. He's got the room, tripped up just a little, catches his bounce down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be the end of the first quarter, but Bearcats are on the move again. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Fulton City.
Yeah, Devon Jackson on that tackle, Michael.
Well, we're going to take a break. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network.
The best new cars make the best used cars. And at Jeff Weiler Toyota in Clarksville, our certified Toyotas are a tremendous value. Select from hundreds of award-winning certified Toyotas, all with low miles, available financing, and certified pre-owned advantage. 2010 Toyota Corolla, only $14,980. 2011 Toyota Camry LE, only $17,988. 2010 Toyota RAV4, only $19,988. Buy now for just a fraction of the new car price.
Come see us. We can save you time and money on your next Toyota. Jeff Weiler, Clarksville, Toyota.com.
Well, we've got our first shout out tonight to Josh Spurrier. Our wishes for a wonderful game. We love, love, love you. You have a great heart and a wonderful spirit. Play hard tonight. We love you, Drew and Maria.
Oh, that's awfully nice. Yeah, so right there at the break, we were talking to Tim Green about Justin Rascotti. It's nice to hear that he may be watching tonight, Michael.
I don't remember who Rascotti is. I don't know.
Well, it was just at your house. You know, you really didn't treat him very nicely. He's
yeah,
such
exactly.
a nice guy. I mean,
I tell you, this is how I treat him. I mean, I tried to offer him a job. Please, I begged him, come work for me. What does he do? He takes off for some lackadaisical coaching job, because those are easy jobs anyway. He doesn't really want to put a good working day into his life, and he doesn't even text me anymore. So, Robert Chilson is going to go down for a loss of 5 yards right there. So
sack there by number 30. That's Roy Mincer for Fulton City. Yeah, in all seriousness, you know, Justin is at Weber State. He's quarterback's coach. Talking to Coach Green, it sounds like they're in the 1-6 range, but expect to win maybe 3 of their next 4 games or so. So, boy, what a great coach he was here. All seriousness,
very much so
for KCD, and
very much so.
Just a great guy. He, a lot of the development for Robert is a direct result of some of Justin's work. So.
Well, he took that job because his first coach at U of L was John L. Smith, and obviously John L. Smith was going to be the head coach at Weber State, which he is alumnus of, and everyone knows, as we say, Isaiah Brent's right there, getting that 5-yard back and more. He's going to go in. Touchdown, Bearcats, as it's going to be 27-0 in just a matter of seconds. 11:05 left. First, or start of the second quarter here. So one play and in, but John L. obviously took the head coaching position at Arkansas with all the rigmarole that's going on there at Arkansas, and the scandal with Bobby Petrino, which is not surprising to any UK fan that's sitting out there.
You know, it's interesting, though. Any UK fan you talk to would love to have him as a coach, and quite honestly,
me included.
Yeah, you know, and what Bobby Petrino did is 1/10 of what their current basketball coach is doing. So I think they would be really good, fortunate to get Bobby Petrino. But going back to John L., you can't spell losses without an L, and that's what they're saying in Arkansas, unfortunately.
Oh my God!
Poor John L.'s had a rough go of it, but. I'm glad to hear Justin's doing so well, and he's just a really, really good guy.
If Rascotti's out there listening to it, sure we'd love to hear the email. I'd love to give you a little more of a shout-out and a hard time as well. My email address, if you'd like to have a shout-out, is bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com. Bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com. Well, 11:05 left. Second quarter, Bearcats have a 28-0 lead. As we see the offense for the Bulldogs getting ready to come back in for another attempt of hopefully getting a first down this time. But chilly night tonight here in Louisville, Kentucky. Certainly do appreciate you being along with us.
I tell you what, Michael, Montrez Harrell, he looked really good last night. I went to the exhibition game against Pike County.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I was there too, Kevin. Yeah, 19-13. Yeah, it was a good game for Montrez Harrell. It's a promising freshman for Louisville.
Well, the defending champions looked really good last night. And, of course, they're brought to you by 840 WHAS, which is the largest radio station here in the state of Kentucky. And, of course, they prefer to carry University of Kentucky. As we see Benton C. put down number 11.
Devin Jackson returns kickoff. Josh
Spurrier. Josh Spurrier with that tackle. I saw number 24 out there, but it was Josh Spurrier. Devin Jackson with the carry right there. Gets it to the 10-yard line. So with 10:58 left, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
It is 1st and 10.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're wrong. Louisville's better.
I can't remember who the defending champions in basketball
Well,
are.
it depends. It depends on what day. Today it would be Kentucky. I'd say 6 months from now it'll be nobody because that's going to be vacated, Michael.
Wow, it's complete.
Oh, nice tackle there by Jordan Duff there.
Yes, it was. Complete to number 5, Artemius Joy.
Nice gain of 4 yards there by Fulton City.
It was. And then, he had to have known the steps were coming and he was going to get just absolutely blasted, and did a nice job of catching that and keeping that ball in his hands. So a little bit of a positive there. It'll be 2nd down 6 with 10:30 left, second quarter. Bearcats are leading 28-0.
The solo stop for the Bearcats. It is 2nd and 6 for Fulton City.
And I had the opportunity to talk to Fred Calgill before the ball game. Unfortunately,
hello everybody.
I missed him.
That's what he always says. Hello,
exactly.
everybody.
Yes, he does, and he does his wave at the end of the broadcast too.
Yeah.
Chekhov got a little bit of room out the corner there. Isaiah
Nice
Brents
run there.
misses him.
That could be close to their first down. Looks like Michael gave him about 5 yards. Nice run by that young man.
Yeah, Evan Mock with the tackle right there. He's short by a yard. Isaiah comes up shaking his hand a little. I don't know if he's upset or if he hurt his hand a little. Coach Jones is going to take him out for a minute and check on him. He's not shaking up too much. He's going to run down, see Trainer A real quick, but 9:30 left.
Well, the good news is, Michael, you don't have to put ice on it because it's cold enough out here that you don't need it.
That was a beautiful day today, 60
Gorgeous.
something degrees. I'm not sure. Wow, what a spot. They're going to give them a first down right there. But they'll give Fulton County their first down of the night with 9:22 left. They'll mark it just outside the 20-yard line. We're going to call it the 21, so it'll be first and 10.
For Fulton City at their own 20-yard line.
This game's being brought to you by iHigh.com and 852FX with help from the Verizon 4G LTE mobile hotspot. Certainly do appreciate every week that Kevin Stammerman has been here with us, our cameraman, entrepreneur,
producer, director.
You know, Michael, they just
and a wisecrack.
They now have a way to get a free air card through iHigh.com using Verizon.
Oh, and how do you do that?
Oh, Benton C's going to take him down right there at the 19-yard line. So he's going to go down for a loss of a yard. Oh, my gosh, they're going to give it back up there 2 yards. He's going to be at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
iHigh's worked out a contract with Verizon, and you can get an air card for $50, but there's a $50 rebate. Now, you still have to pay for the monthly plan, but iHigh and Verizon's partner together, and it's a great thing to be able to keep this happening.
Is that an LTE air card? No, it's not. Okay. But it's a 4G. It's not an LTE, so 4G is awfully good.
Well, we need to talk to Jim Holtz. He should be able to give us, he's got enough money with Host Communications to give us the free airtime, too. What's the deal here?
Yeah, he's in Lexington, Michael.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. That was not the place to live. Louisville's the place to live. But the school to go to is Kentucky. So 7:50 left.
Wesley.
Nice segue. Number 23,
nice
Greg
tackle there by
Wheeler.
Ben Rice on that play. Greg Wheeler lost probably 3 or 4 yards on that one.
Ben Rice.
Yeah, he lost 5 yards right there. So it's going to be 3rd down 15 with 7:30 left. Second quarter, Bearcats leading 28-0. Don't forget, if you'd like to give a shout-out, we'd love to hear you're out there listening to us. bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com.
So, Michael, 7:26 left here in the second quarter. It's been a quarter totally dominated by KCD, no different than what all of us expected.
I think we ought to gather the 7th and 8th grade team and see if they would like to come out here and join us for just a little bit. Maybe play a few series and see how the game works out there. I don't
know if they would like lining up against that Khalil kid.
A lot of truth to that, although I think Mason can handle him. Oh, he runs back further. That's going to be a pick right there. Oh, he almost had Jordan Duff, drops it as he comes down on the field. It was contested by number 5, Artemius Joy. So it's going to be 4th down 15 with 6:56 left, second quarter. My Bearcat at the half tonight is going to be the head basketball coach of Kentucky Country Day, James Booker. So I hope you're able to join us.
He is a nice young man, isn't he?
He's a great guy.
So nice. So David and Mark both played on his team last year. Mark played on the JV, and David played on the varsity. And David was really excited about, he thought he had a chance to start as a point guard. And, oh, my gosh, what is that? That is just horrible.
Well, it's a really high snap.
It's a bad snap. Instead of trying to punt it, he had plenty of room. He just threw it to nobody.
I just love how you describe that play. Oh, my gosh, what is that? That's what I believe your wife said on your wedding night, if I remember correctly.
Michael, now this is a high school broadcast.
I couldn't resist. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he does. But, yeah, so getting back to Coach Booker, I'm not going to say anything.
Yes, I'm listening. I don't know how Coach Booker hooked up with the wife that he has. She is absolutely beautiful.
She's gorgeous, yeah.
And, well, the penalty on the play is going to be against the Bulldogs of Fulton City. It's an eligible receiver downfield. So it'll be 4th and 15 as the Bearcats choose to make them repunt it. So we'll see if we'll get another.
It's Country Days ball on down.
Yeah, so
that's right.
It is.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats on the Bulldog 15-yard line. 6:50 left, second quarter.
Yeah, so Michael, I'm predicting here a touchdown pass to Benton C. I think it's going to be a one-play drive, and I think it'll be Benton C in the end zone for a touchdown.
I think it's going to Josh Spurrier.
Benton
no,
C,
it is. Never
touchdown.
Mind. Wide open. Touchdown, Bearcats. Does a nice job of getting both those feet in.
So, Michael, so what do I get for that prediction?
A big kiss and a hug. How do you like that? I'll make Kevin Stammerman do it this time, though.
Oh, thanks, but no thanks. I quit smoking.
That makes 34-0. David Holtgray checks in again. 6:44 left, second quarter. I predict we're going to get to that 45 before the end of the first half. David checks in. Khalil Wilson's the holder.
Actually, Robert Schultz.
Robert Schultz is. Oh. It's good.
David Holtgrave gets the point after.
Well, with that, the Bearcats are leading 35-0. We'll be back for more football. After this, Bearcats do a nice job of dominating tonight. This is Kentucky football.
David Holtgrave will be kicking off for the Bearcats. And deep for the Bulldogs are Brian Johnson and Devin Jackson.
Deep for the Bulldogs are Brian Johnson and Devin Jackson. David Holtgrave checks in to kick off.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
Penalty marker on the play.
Well, penalty marker on the play right there for kicking out of bounds. Not sure why we did that, but 6:44 left. Bearcats are leading 35-0.
Penalty against the Bearcats. The Bulldogs will take possession at their own 35.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, Michael, I can't explain that one. 35-0. Why are we pooching it? Why not just kick it through the end zone?
Yeah, I would agree with you. It doesn't make any sense to me either. But see a little bit of movement right there on the defensive side.
It's got to be a legal procedure they don't call.
Well, it's going to go down for a loss. of about 1 yard. I thought he lost more than that, but the officials are trying to get these the Bulldogs in the ball game as Devin Jackson carries the ball. So it'll be 2nd down 11 with 6:20 left in the first half. Again, at halftime, I'll have my Bearcat at the half, Coach James Booker of the varsity basketball team here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, so they got a rebuilding year this year, Michael. You know, they depended so much on Blake Senta last year. I think Blake averaged probably in excess of 20 points and in excess of 10 rebounds. So, you know, they're going to have to figure out where they're going to get that.
Oh, Ben Rice does a beautiful job. Gets through that line so quickly. They're going to bring the ball out to the 31-yard line, but he carries him down quickly.
Yeah, that was carried by Brian Johnson on that play.
Cameron Sample gets the stop for the Bearcats.
Cam Sample on the assist right there, but it's going to be 3rd down 14. Well, you know, you mentioned one of my favorite basketball player from last year, Blake Senta. Not only was he a really good ball player, but he's a genuinely good kid
he's
as
a great
well.
Kid.
I've told him several times we're going to head down to Danville, Kentucky.
Yeah, I'd like to go. If you go, let me know.
Yeah,
I'd love to go down there.
Since he's
and see
playing
him.
for Center College. Plus, I believe they're playing Bellarmine up here.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
let me know when they do that. I'd love to go to that.
Not much room right there. He's going to be tackled by number 4, Isaiah Brents.
Yeah, Devon Jackson had no chance there. So,
and the ball's going to be marked at the 24-yard line, so it's going to be 4th down long. Real long.
And about 22.
They're going to call it 22 yards to go. But you see Jordan Duff check in for the 8th time tonight.
yeah, so they have a different guy back to kick. They actually have Devon Jackson back to kick instead of number 64, Jacole Trice. So I'm guessing I can't guess anything on this one.
No, they're going to
I guess he's going to punt it. So he does punt it.
Not any better. It's going to be
that covers about 9 yards on that punt.
Yeah.
So.
Tough way to go. You know, you mentioned earlier, not only is it really tough for us to talk about this ball game, but it's just got to be demoralizing for a team like this. You only won one game, and I'm repeating a lot that you said, just because I really believe it's not helping us. It's not helping the Bulldogs either.
Yeah, so I'm guessing a 1 or 2 play drive, Michael, and it'll be 42-0.
Yeah, they're
it is
going
1st and 10 for the Bearcats at the Fulton City 35.
No, they're running that spread offense again with Isaiah Brents being the lone setback. Tommy Stafiri's in motion. It's going to be play action right here. Got lots of time right there. Underthrown ball intended for number 8, Jack Pike. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 4:28 left as the clock is stopped here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Michael, I'm going to try to get Russellville High School's record here.
Yeah, Russellville has played Fulton City, beat them 60-0.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting how we beat them in score tonight and compare it to the Russellville team. If we win next week, this is one of the things that, first of all, we do have some history that we're breaking tonight. A little early to call the game being over, but you can't help but say this is essentially a huge mismatch that won't be any earth-shattering scores here. As you see Isaiah Brents not get much yardage right there. Yeah,
that's
Khalil
number 52,
Frame.
Khalil Frame on that tackle.
Does a nice job of penetrating the line there. But this will be a history-breaking night, being the first time that the Bearcats have ever had a 10-win season in school history.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's true. As Kevin Stammerman said, we will have back-to-back years where we've had playoff wins. So,
at home, yeah. Last year was the first year that we've ever hosted. Year before is first year we've ever been in the playoffs. Hosting the first time year before last was the first time we've hosted. We lost the game. Last year's first time we hosted and won the game. And this year could be the record where we host 3 weeks in a row if we win 3 times in a row. Long pass right there. Jordan Duff's open and drops the ball. Right there at the 2-yard line. Just underthrown a tad bit, but I feel like Jordan should have had that ball. 3:30 left in the second quarter. So it's going to be a field goal attempt by the number 1 kicker in the state of Kentucky, David Holtgrave. It'll be a 50-yard attempt.
There's no reason to miss this one.
Yeah, no wind at all. Robert Schultz is in to hold the kick here. Good snap. Not enough. So it's going to go incomplete and no good. So with 3:24 left, the score remains 35-0. This is.
The field goal attempt is no good.
So the Bulldogs will take
Michael,
over.
That one was just totally mishit, it looked like. So.
Kenny Smith enters the lineup for the Bearcats.
Well, they'll take over on their own Bulldog 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, 3:24 left. Reason that it's at the 20 is because the player for the Bulldogs caught it. I don't understand why he caught it. Yeah, he lost. And he actually lost 12 yards because it was marked at the 32-yard line. So it's a run play right there. Big hit, hard hit, ball taken away. I think they miscalled or blew their whistle there. That player was not down. That player was not stopped.
Yeah, that was a quick whistle, that's for sure.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Actually, they're giving him
2nd and 9.
A yard gain right there. Wow. They're doing their best to keep Fulton City in this ball game, and there's no way they can stay in this ball game. 2:50 left, second quarter. Going to be another run play right there, brought down by Cam Sample, number 54. And Collier Clay, and assist to Evan Mock. 19 left. It's going to go for a loss of about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, 2:07 left, Michael, and a total mismatch in the first half here.
To say the least. Oh, my goodness. They run into each other right there. 54 Cam Sample's going to take him down with no problem at all. See a little frustration out of Devon Jackson right there. The players run into each other. It's just a shame that you hate to see a team like this self-destruct, but even when it's the opposing team for us. Clock's running, 1:30 left, second quarter.
Yeah, Michael, that looked like a pretty well-designed play until the guy ran into the guy handing off the ball.
That's what happens when you lose yardage right there. You run into each other, and nothing good comes from that, unfortunately. Oh, ball's going to be blocked right there. It's going to be down right around the 5-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Bearcats. Blocked by number 89, Josh Spurrier.
The Bulldogs to be 1st and goal for the Bearcats from about the 5-yard
1:05 left, second quarter. My Bearcat at the half. Please stay along with us. We'll have the first half comments coming from Coach Jones, and Bearcat at the half is a head football coach or head basketball coach, James Booker. Oh, we got a new quarterback in, Blake Phillips, number 12. I think this will be a run play. Hey, well, Isaiah Brent's running in. He's going to get a gain of about 4 yards. They're going to give him 3, so it'll be 2nd down 2 from the 2-yard line. Clock's running, 50 seconds left.
It is 2nd and goal from about the 2.
See if we can sneak in a quick touchdown for the Bearcats before the end of the half. Get that clock running, start of the second. Going to be a run right there. Jordan Duff's got it. Got room to run. Nice turn. Touchdown, Bearcats. 26 seconds left. Bearcats are going to take a 41-0 lead over Fulton City Bulldogs. We do have a missing coach tonight.
Oh, who's that?
Coach Bill Beam.
Oh, where's Beam?
He is down in New Orleans seeing his Tulane team play down there for the second time of the year.
Good for him. I haven't followed Tulane this year. I don't know how they're doing.
They're not very good.
They're not.
That's the one thing the coaches are saying. It's amazing. Coach Beam's going down there to see a Tulane team who's probably just as bad as UK. Oh, beautiful kick right there by David Holtgrave as he bangs it on the
too late there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So 42-0, Bearcats are leading. We'll stay here with the kickoff. But, you know, there's a number of records that the team has had so far this year. And a lot of them obviously are coming from your son, David Holtgrave. Season completion percentage, 57%. That's number one.
So Robert Schultz.
Robert Schultz, touchdown passes he's got. It's just a number of them right there. He's done a great job. Obviously, your son.
Yeah, Robert has had a ton of career touchdowns, and I think he's probably got. He probably did not set the single season record because they haven't thrown the ball nearly as much this year. But certainly from a career perspective, he's he's shattered all those records.
One of the things that Coach Green mentioned to me this week as we met in his office is that watch Robert's feet.
Mm-hmm.
They're so quick coming from the line, getting into the backfield. That's one thing that the coaching staff here at KCD really like about Robert is that he is quick to get back there, able to, and that allows him to option off onto a run play or to as that ball is going to run into the end zone. But which is another record as well. Most kicks into the touchbacks for a kicker here at KCD. But going back to Robert, that allows him to choose, I can get that ball out there a lot quicker. The defenders can't get there quick enough to tackle him, so it gives you a lot of options.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I think, one thing that you have to admire about Coach Jones is he is not one to run up the score. So once they get up, 45, 50 points, he pretty much calls off the dogs. And we've played so many teams that have been so bad this year that it's really it's quite honestly hurt Robert's statistics a lot, I think. I mean, he still has, decent numbers from a touchdown perspective, but the challenge that, is that they don't throw very much and they don't throw for very many cumulative yards. So,
well, 15 seconds left. Stay tuned for the halftime comments from Coach Jones. I'll run down there, Bob.
Okay, good, Michael. Yeah, so we're getting ready to wrap up the first quarter. Second quarter, first half, and we'll go into halftime with the Bearcats comfortably in the lead, 42 for KCD, 0 for Fulton City. So Michael's going to go down onto the field, and he's got an interview set up with Coach James Booker. So it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a presentation here. This may be a trophy for district championship here. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to put the mic down and let y'all hear the PA system.
Special presentation coming up here at the halftime. We did become the district champions for the first time here in history of the school. So they've got something special going on here.
How are you? What a great night.
I got Exactly. I would have got headmaster, Mr. Lyman Whippy. Appreciate you being
Our
here.
2012 football team
what a great night
accomplished
for
a major
KCD, and what a major
by becoming the first
distinction.
football
Let's
team in
have
school
Mr.
history to
Ayler.
win the district championship. The team also won its third consecutive Pioneer Athletic Conference championship. At this time, Coach Jones and the entire KCD football team would like to present the trophy to KCD head of school, Mr. Brad Lyman. Congratulations to the 2012 football team.
Coach Jones. There.
Yeah, all right.
Good look. John. That just speaks volumes.
Well, I'm a very small part of this. I'm telling you, the assistant coaches have done everything that's been asked of them, especially some of the new guys. And obviously the players are phenomenal. The parents are phenomenal. It's a great place to be. I'm extremely proud of our defense, the way they've stepped up and held them in their own end. I think we've had a dominant half of football. I thought the ball that Robert Schultz threw to Tommy Stafiri was one of the best I've ever seen. We're going to see all of our young guys get in, and we're going to start getting ready. We're already calling next week Armageddon, so we'll see.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Second half. Well, Bearcats are leading. 12 minutes left in this halftime. 42-0. Come back after these messages. I'm going to have my Bearcat at the half coach, James Booker. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network. Welcome back, my Bearcat, the half, as I just mentioned before the break, Coach James Booker. Coach Booker, good to have you here.
Great to be here.
Let's talk about the recap of last year's season. You know, you lost some good players last year, especially one that was a highlight to me who I really loved was Blake Cinta. And he's down at Center College. Now, have you reached out to him? Have you heard back from him again since he's been gone?
Absolutely. He's having a great time down there, and actually their first scrimmage is tonight. And I got a report at halftime he had 7 points, 4 rebounds, a couple blocks, and 1 turnover. So I think he's doing all right.
I'm glad to hear that. He's a good, not only a good player, but just a all-around good kid, and he was very successful here at Country Day. But let's talk about the upcoming season. You know, tell me a little bit about the team, what we're going to expect this year.
Well, I think it's going to be an exciting season. We have 3 guys who returned from last year will be kind of our leaders, and we'll kind of lean on them. Henry Crockett, Robert Schultz, and Zach Lyles. But we have a lot of new faces, a lot of young guys with some talent that I'm looking forward to. They're working hard right now, and I think once they kind of get comfortable and get their feet wet a little bit, we'll be ready to go. So,
well, I know with the success of the football team hurts you a little bit because you are losing one of your main players from practicing. How do you deal with something like that?
Well, that's just part of it. I mean, I think a lot of basketball coaches deal with it, especially at smaller schools. So, we're just rooting them on. Hopefully, they football team makes a great run, and the main guys, like Robert and some of the other football players that are joined, they'll fit right in. It won't take them too long to get adjusted, and we'll just we'll keep plugging until they get there. So.
Tell us about some of the young players you have coming up here.
Yes, we have several guys that have been doing a great job in practice. Colin Ferguson, the freshman, has been doing very well. Also, Chase Kavanaugh, another freshman that's showing a lot of promise, and even Anthony Mathis, 8th grader, has been doing great as well. So those guys have really just kind of been assertive and have shown a lot of promise. So,
for those of the people that are out there listening, not familiar with the program here and where you came from, a little bit of history of yourself. Tell us where you came from and how you got to Country Day.
Well, I'm from Louisville, born and raised here. I went to Manual High School, and from there went on to Center College where I played basketball and ran track. And after I graduated, I was fortunate enough to work on the coaching staff there. So I coached at Center for 4 years, and ended up getting married, and my wife was here, and it all kind of worked out. Came back here, and Kentucky Country Day basketball job opened up, and it all worked out. So this is we're going into my 5th season here at KCD.
Not only are you the head basketball coach here, but you also have another role here at Country Day. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I also coach track and field, and during the day I work in the communications office. So I stay pretty busy. There's always something to do.
Well, what are going to be some of the key games that we're going to see this year that you kind of spotlighted and hope to really tune in on, besides obviously a lot of them, but there are a few matchups that are really tough for us?
Right. Well, early on, we get to take on Eastern and Cal, which are two big, they're district games. So it's big if we can get a win early on in the district. That makes it much more favorable for us down the line, where we don't have to get matched up with Ballard, who's probably one of the top teams in the state. So those would be two big games early on that we hope to play well. And obviously after that we have the All-A in early January this year. They moved it up a little bit. So Collegiate's probably the team. They won it last year. They're probably the team to beat. So hopefully we get matched up with them and get a chance to take the team.
First game of the year is going to be when?
First game of the year is November 27th at Portland Christian. And then that's a Tuesday. On the Thursday, we play Fort Knox. That's our first home game on the 29th.
Are we going to see any of the games on iHigh? Or
Yes, hope so. We haven't secured all the dates yet, but we plan on having some games on iHigh.
Good. Well, we'll keep everybody tuned as far as that goes. And as far as any communication, I'm sure we'll be able to send that out on FYI or any other ways that we can get it out to everybody and let them know that, hey, this game's going to be on iHigh. So I tell you, one thing I got to compliment you on is your choice in marriage, and that's your wife, who I don't have the slightest idea how she would ever be attracted to a guy like you. I'm really good looking. I think she should have gone out with me, but you, my gosh, she's one beautiful lady. Of course, you see her in the morning on WLKY Channel 32.
Right. You're right. I don't know how
just agree with me, right?
Together, but
that is sad that you just agree with me. I can't believe you've got low self-confidence, my friend. Well, you do a great job.
Thank you.
And it's great to have you here at Country Day and the community here of Country Day. So good luck on the season. Hope the Bearcats have a great season.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, that's going to do it for a Bearcat at the Half. My good friend, Coach James Booker, who I dearly love having out here, always comes and says a warm hello to me every time he sees me on campus. But Bearcats are leading with 6 minutes left in the halftime. Come back for more Bearcat football. Bearcats are leading 42-0. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network. Good job. Touchdown, Bearcats. Way to put the score right down the board. Jordan Bell, beautiful face right there. He might be going all the way. He is. He's down to the 10. 5, touchdown, Bearcats. Bearcats now up 20-0. Quick pitch, that's one of the new plays he wanted to put in tonight. 33 times, he's got it. He's got a little room to go. He's still going. Touchdown, Bearcats. Bearcats now take a commanding lead, 27-0 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Not looking too fair for the opposing team that's actually having the Bearcats. That's going to allow us to actually players second half. Oh, we just went for 2, Michael. Long snappers. Travis Abrams gets to Cleo Wilson. He's got some room. Keep it curves in there. It's good. Beautiful kick right there by David Holtry. 44 yards.
Yeah, I think that's 2 passes the longest field goal in KCD history. 1 yard further than his goal last year for 43. So.
Got a little room to pass. He's got some play right there. Carter play. There's fumble on the play. I'm not sure if the Bearcats are able to get it quickly. First down. Bearcats take it up. He's got a wide open down to the 5. He does a beautiful flip. Touchdown, Bearcats. They go up 2. Quick score right there. Fun play again.
seconds short. Let's go to the keeper right there. Yeah. See, Fulton again. Bearcats going to take over. I'm not sure he got that. He's a tough player. Evan Mott's in motion. Roberts back to pass. It's going to be complete. I'm not sure if that's number 88, Khalil Wilson. I couldn't see from here, but that might be the record right there. That is Khalil. That should break the record. Khalil Wilson, all-time receiver for Kentucky Country Days. So his name will be named by our good coach Bill B. Hall of Fame.
Big pitch to Jordan off. That's a touchdown.
Easy touchdown. Well, Michael, the moral of the story here is pretty simple.
Touchdown, Bearcats!
It's complete.
Leo Wilson touchdown.
Direct to Vikings touchdown, Bearcats. 2:33 left as the score is now 59-26.
Welcome back. This is 852FX on iHigh.com. We still have a minute and a half on the clock. They're probably going to add a little bit more time. Looks like we have players just about ready to come back out onto the field. Michael Bennett and Bob Holgrave will be right back in just a few minutes. This is 852FX on iHigh.com using the Verizon 4G LTE mobile hotspot. Here at the campus of Kentucky Country Day for your 2012 first round of the playoffs for the Gridiron Bowl.
Well, with 1:45 left in the halftime, Bearcats warming up, getting ready for the second half. Let's talk about some of the records that we've gotten for this season. The victories are number one right there. It was we're tied right now. 1984 team, 2002 team, the 2011 team, and the 2012 team all have 9 wins. This year, we will break that with 10 wins and hopefully more. Points per game, we're number one. 41 8.7 points per game. Yards rushing for the year, 2,231 yards. 1974 team is the closest. That was 2,106 yards. Yards rushing per game, we're averaging 223.1 yards rushing. Again, 1974 is the closest to us, 210.6 yards. Yards passing, we're up there. Not as close. We're at 1,333. Not as close as that 2000 team, which had 2,900 yards. But interceptions, we've got 17, which is number one. Also tied at 2008, had 17. Robert Schultz, yards passing, 86. TDs passing, 86 TDs this year, and that's not including tonight's game. Pass completions, 438. He's number 2 with that one, and should be more even tonight. He's number 1 on punts, 50 yards plus. He's had 8 of them. Completion percentage, 57.85. David Holtgrave, kickoff average, 59.19. The closest to that was back in 2004, Pat Moore, which had 55.7. Kickoff touchbacks. Obviously, he's really gone crazy with that record tonight. 29 before the game started, without including the ones that he's had tonight. Closest to that was 2006 with 18. Longest field goal owned by David Holtgrave, which was 44 yards against Wagner. So it's been a record-breaking year so far this year, Bob Holtgrave, as you join me again for the start of this second half.
Yeah, certainly a lot of records. Khalil Wilson, I think, broke the receiving record.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Hey, Michael, I did get an update right there at the half from Coach Tim Green. The halftime score, Holy Cross is winning 36-6 against Fulton County at halftime. So, Coach Green thought that was a bit of a surprise. He said he wasn't surprised by the fact that Holy Cross was winning, but that they weren't by that much at the half. So,
gets another touchback. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, how many kickoffs has David had tonight? Is that his?
Well, you
sixth?
can tell. Yeah, it's a 7th. So
7th.
6 touchdowns in beginning of the half. So
yes.
And really, Michael, he should have had one more if he could have converted that 50-yard field goal, which he really hit poorly.
Yeah, and as you can see, with 11:30 left in the third quarter, they've already started a running clock. So I'm assuming Fulton City really wants to get on that bus and start heading home. Big tackle right there by number 4, Isaiah Brents. He's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be right there at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10 with 11:20 left.
Yeah, I walked back up to the press box, Michael, with Coach Green, and he said that the Fulton City coach asked for the running clock in the second half. So
I don't blame him. It's going on 9 o'clock here. Their time 8 o'clock, so they've got that long drive back. They won't get back home till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, the good news for them, they're going to gain an hour.
That's right. That would be the only good news.
So I guess they had to leave school probably at noon today to come.
Or earlier.
Yeah.
A nice little trip for the boys, but still makes for a long day especially for the coaches. A lot of movement there on the defensive side. It's going to be handed off to number 1, Brian Johnson. He's going to go down for a loss
that's
of about 5 yards.
Abrams? No, it's it's Benton C on the tackle.
Hey, number 24. Well, one thing that Coach Jones said at the halftime interview is that a lot of the young players come in soon and get some good playoff experience. I look forward to that.
Yeah,
as we see a few of them out there right now.
It looks to me
Evan
like
Mock
they got
is
pretty
out.
much the starters in.
That's the only reason I say Evan Mock is not in the lineup right now. He's on the sideline. So,
boy, Ben Rice got to the quarterback almost as soon as it was snapped.
Brian Johnson on the carry again. Knocked out of bounds at about the 14.
He's going to be marked out of bounds at the 14-yard line, so it'll be 4th down 16 with 9.5 minutes left. Evan Mock checks in as Ben Rice checks out, along with Alan Papaya checks out.
Yeah, we'll tell you, Michael, I think if I were Coach Jones and
Jackson Alford checks in.
The two guys I would get out of this game is I'd probably get Robert Schultz and you got to take Jordan Duff out. I mean,
yeah, it's about a 5-yard punt right there.
Oh, that's a -5.
Okay, -5.
-7 on that punt.
Yeah, ball's going to be placed. Well, I can't tell right now. Right around the 10-yard line, or right around the 10.
Yeah, I think if you have a negative punt, that's got to hurt your average. I just got to believe it hurts your average.
You think so? That's a good question. I'd like to dive into that a little more. It's going to be marked at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bearcats. No. Robert Schultz is back in. I would assume if they do punch this in, then that would be the last series you'll see of him tonight.
Yeah, I would agree too.
There's going to be a run play given to Tommy Staferi. Touchdown, Bearcats. As the Bearcats go up 48-0 with 8:10 left in this third quarter. Wow. That was quick.
Yeah, one play. That's about as quick as it gets. Unless, of course, we block the punt, Michael, and recover it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Right, and that's what I fully expected.
Yeah.
I mean, we blocked it one time. The snap is really slow and really high, too. So Josh Spurrier has done a great job at getting back there in the punter's face really quickly tonight. David Holtgrave with the kick there. It's going to go over the scoreboard as it's good, making the score 49-0. We'll take a break. Bearcats leading. Back to receive for the Bulldogs of Fulton City, number 11, Jackson Devon, and number 5, Joy Artemius. As David Holgrave checks in again, hopefully to have another record-breaking.
Yeah, actually, Connor Caldell is kicking off.
Oh, sorry, Connor Caldell. Thank you.
Connor Caldell will be kicking off for the Bearcats.
Oh, nice kick right there. All the way down to the 3-yard line. It's going to go in the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, really nice kick. Connor Caldell really has a strong leg. He can definitely hit it.
Like to see David Holtgrave get out there and give him a big chest bump. Really ugly, but nice attempt.
Yeah.
But I think a nice gesture by the starting senior. Obviously gets that from his mother.
He does, yeah. He gets most of his good characteristics from his mother.
Is the soccer blanket here tonight? I just want to know.
I'm looking down.
As we always know, Katie Holgrave, the purest
soccer
mom.
Yeah, she does have the soccer blanket on. She's down there with the brown coat, looking at her phone, of course, with a soccer blanket in her lap.
Oh, brother. She loves football.
Oh, loves it.
Not. .650 left, third quarter. Bearcats are leading 49-0. Going to be a running play right there. Nice little run for the Bulldogs. About a 9-yard gain, almost 10 yards.
Yeah,
they might give him the first down.
Now we see a lot of the subs in. So let's see.
Craig Wheeler.
Several of them out there. And let me
get a first down for the Bulldogs.
It is 1st and 10 for Fulton City at their own 30.
Yeah, they give them the first down. I believe that's their first down of the night. Is it the second? Okay, it's the second first down of the night. It's been so long.
So it looks
honestly
like
don't remember.
August Blocker's in. I think Denny Smith is in. Let's see who else is in. They moved Cam Sample back to linebacker, so he's happy about that.
Another nice gain right there. Jack Pike with the tackle.
Yeah, Mark O'Connell is in the game, number 68. Number 2, Jordan Leonard's in the game as well. Number 79, Michael.
Yes.
I don't need to introduce him. I'll let you do that.
That's right. My baby boy, Max Bennett. Of course, he won't hear this. He'd kill me if he heard me say that. But it's going to be 2nd down 2 for the Bulldogs. Going to be an option play right there. He's going to go down for a gain of about 2 yards. They might give him the first down there, but tackles by a host of Bearcats. Evan Mock in there, along with number 7.
Yeah, Jacob Pfeiffer. Donovan Carter was in there as well, Michael, number 10. So he just came into the game as well and immediately makes the tackle. First down there by Fulton City.
It is a first down for the Bulldogs at their own 40.
4:55 left, third quarter. That's a song I like. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. They could play that all night. Just keep it running as the game's going on.
I think it'd make the game more interesting.
Do you remember? I love that song.
Michael, you got to do that dancing on film, buddy.
I can shake some boots. It embarrasses my family, but I don't care.
Fake handoff to number 1 there for.
Oh, and a nice
Fulton
quick
County,
tackle
Brian
right
Johnson.
there by Jack Pike. Gets a gain of about 3
Cox
yards.
Actually got that tackle. Christian Cox got that one.
It was? I saw number 8. Okay. I'll give it to Christian, but I saw Jack Pike right there on top of him. So, but clock's running, 49-0. It's 3:50 left in the third quarter. This game should get over fairly quickly. The thing that surprised me tonight, it's not been as cold as I expected.
No,
I'm
actually
pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's comfortable because there's really no wind, I think.
Yes,
So.
yes. Unlike the wind we experienced a little earlier this week coming from our good friend Hurricane Sandy.
Well, that's really sad, all the
is.
stuff there in New York, New Jersey, on the coast there.
And they're still having problems up there.
They canceled the New York Marathon. Did you see that?
Oh, I'm surprised because they gotten a lot of ridicule that they were still trying to get it to go.
Yeah,
but they should have done that.
Well,
There's no power.
So I think the challenge is no, they canceled it. So I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's definitely not Sunday. The sad thing is that there are a lot of participants that have flown up there already. So if you're going to cancel it 4 or 5 days ago, so people don't make the trip up there.
I'm sure Mayor Bloomberg will get a little heat from that. But it's going to be 3rd and 10. Cam Sample gets that last tackle for the Bearcats. I like this option of now giving Cam back his favorite position, which is linebacker, since Erlacher is his favorite player. But get him out of the line for a little bit. Number 1 right there. Brian Johnson with the carry, going to go down for a loss.
By Jack Pike coming up. Jack Pike came up, made a really nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's going to make it 4th down 3.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for this, Michael. I don't know why you would punt it.
Yeah. There's no point. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to punt it, you're going to punt it 5 yards gain or a loss.
Well,
so
that is just cruel. That young man is trying.
Yes, I agree. But it's a fact, unfortunately. I don't know how you can really scurry around that. It's just a fact. So it's a shame.
4th and 4 for the Bulldogs.
We'll see what the JV line can do right here. Going to be timeout right there. Timeout by the Bulldogs. That's the first of this half. And with that, we're going to stay right here, aren't we, my favorite cameraman?
Do a little dance.
Love
Michael.
Shack.
This is your song, too.
Please don't do that. That's just sad. 1:43 left in this third quarter. I'm surprised they even have the clock stop at timeouts. I figured they would run it then as well.
Yeah, you know, I guess we take a timeout. I think they say they only stop the clock after a score or a timeout.
The Fulton City bus is over there to the far corner behind our cameraman, Kevin Stammerman, running, getting that thing warmed up. They're ready to head back.
Get the heck out of here.
Tonight, as we've seen them come out and strike quickly and often. And that's one thing we needed tonight.
Yeah, well, it's all, you know, it's certainly a testament to where KCD football is now. It used to be getting to the playoffs was an accomplishment. Now, you know, we're blowing somebody out in the first round, so we've certainly come a ways here. Unfortunately, I'm sure Coach Jones would have liked a much more competitive game.
Oh, it's going to be a first down right there. Nice carry by number 23, Greg Wheeler, one of the captains for the Bulldogs. Coming up a little slow there, but he's up and ready to go. Got another player for the Bulldogs taking his time to get up. He might have a little bit of a knee or ankle injury there.
Yeah, I don't think that's Greg Wheeler. I think that's
number
Nicole
64
Trice again. He's had a rough go of it. He's limping off the field there, Michael. Hate to see that.
Especially on a cold night. Those injuries hurt a lot more when it's chilly. Well, the ball's going to be marked on the 49-yard line of the Bearcats. I believe that is the first time that the Bulldogs have been on the Bearcat side of the field tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10. As number 5, Artemius Joy, going to hand it off to number 1, Brian Johnson. Got some room out there to the side. He's going to be tackled right around the 33-yard line. Jacob Pfeiffer has the tackle.
Carries for the Bulldogs. Jacob Pfeiffer gets the tackle for the Bearcats. It is a first down for the Bulldogs. It's 1st and 10 for Fulton City at the Bearcat 22. Correction, 32.
Well, that'll be the last play of the third quarter as we've got just 3 seconds left. I doubt if they get the snap off. Bearcats are leading 49-0. Come back for the fourth quarter. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the third quarter.
Well, as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter, I would like to send some well wishes out to a good friend of mine's father, Tommy Johnson Sr. Certainly want to wish him the best down in Florida. Tommy Johnson Jr. was one of the assistant coaches under Tim Green, a fantastic player for, I hate to say this, but for Alabama, Crimson Tide, and played for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, did he really? I didn't know
came
that.
up here and played arena football.
Coached the Louisville Fire, didn't he?
Coached him, and also assistant coach here for Kentucky Country Day. And great guy, just a genuinely great guy. I got the privilege to get to know him, and actually went down to Alabama, where they let the best players put their hands into cement down there next to their big tower there, and we took a picture of the boys sitting next to it. Tommy, certainly do want to wish you well and your father. Hope he recovers soon.
Well, it looks like a broken play there, but Artemius is going to take it down quite a ways there.
Yeah, he's going to get it all the way down to about the 15-yard line, maybe the 14, but it's going to be placed at the 15. So 11-14 left. It'll be 1st and 10 as Artemius Joy gets it down there. Broken play sometimes works.
Yeah, Michael, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, we haven't played a full game. You know, we haven't played a full game for 2 months. I mean, you know, you think about it, I mean, we've had running clock. We've probably played our starters have probably averaged 2 quarters the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they respond next week. They're going to play a full game.
Well, it's good and it's bad, as you're going to see Evan Mock with the assist there, and number 72, Christian Cox, with the tackle. Comes out as a positive or negative. Sometimes when you're not in a full game, that you get a little bit out of sync, but on the other hand, it does keep for any injuries from happening to your players. Only player we don't have playing out there is going to be Emilio Zayas, and he's out pretty much for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's boy, he's a good player. Emilio Zayas, boy, what a fine young man and a good player.
Good family. I get the chance to talk to his dad quite a bit, and tells me about the history of his family down in Puerto Rico. Well, he's going to go in for a touchdown right there. Touchdown Bulldogs. Artemius Joy takes it all the way in.
Artemius Joy
So that's going to be the first points of the night for the Bulldogs with 9:50 left in the ball game. Be interesting who they have come in for the point after attempt.
I think they'll go for 2 here, Michael.
And normally it's
gotta be
Nicole
Trice,
Trice that kicks them. But I think you're going to be correct on this again. I hate to admit this. Several times you've been right tonight, and that's usually not the case.
I know. Well, they're going to hand this ball off, I think, to number 1, Brian Johnson. He's going to come up and get the
You have called it all night long. He's going to take it in for a 2-point conversion. That's going to make the score 49-8 in favor of the Bearcats. 9:50 left in the ball game. If you'd like to email us, give a shout out, please email me at bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com, bluegrassmedical@hotmail.com. This game's being brought to you by 852FX and iHigh.com. Well, the Bulldogs are kicking off.
For the Bulldogs.
It'll be kicked out of bounds right around the 49-yard line, so it'll be a penalty against the Bulldogs.
A penalty marker.
Well, Michael, he got all of that kick. That kick covered about 9 yards.
Will take possession.
They should do a kicking contest between
As he adds some leg strength, he'll be able to get to the onside kick range, and maybe they can recover that one.
At the Bulldog 49.
All right, so KCD will take over the ball at the 49-yard line. And at quarterback is Blake Phillips.
I would never say
it looks
anything
like
that.
It looks like the
I only have the utmost respect for the Bulldogs.
Collier Clay's in at center. I think he's the only starter in there. So
all I know is that poor guy's family's on his way up to meet Bob Holtgrave. It's not Michael Bennett that said anything like that. Bob Holtgrave. Typical Trinity graduate. That's the way they always treated me when I was in high school. Just obnoxious, had the biggest egos in the world.
So here's the difference, Michael. I'm only going to have a school of about 12 people after me. You're going to have Trinity Nation after you. So I like my chances.
That's all right. I'm sure just like in football season, they'll be recruiting some fighters to come after me.
Yeah, your enemies are
everything.
just 2 miles away, and mine are 634 miles away.
That's right. They'll be recruiting some fighters to come after me, just like they recruit the football players.
Oh, now
so,
easy.
8 minutes left in the ball game. Evan Mock's in motion.
Oh, looks like we moved early.
Oh. But they're not going to call it. Thank goodness. That ball's going to be almost intercepted, but
yeah, that play was not good. They faked it to Jordan Leonard. Leonard ran into Blake Phillips. Blake Phillips got his got his composure back, delivered a throw. Unfortunately, there was a defender right there. The defender he dropped it, and we almost caught it. So it's definitely
incomplete.
Definitely a tough play all the way around.
It was intended for number 3, Jake Dickens, of the great Dickens family.
Mm-hmm. So it's
The ball remains at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. It'll be 3rd down 10. Blake Phillips under center. Blake Phillips does a nice job. He has a nice soft pass there. Easy to catch as Evan Mock catches that. He's going to be short of the 1st down. He's going to be brought down right around the 39-yard line. So it'll be 4th down
for the
Bearcats.
Pass complete to Evan Mock. Pickup of about 9 yards. It's 4th and a long yard for the Bearcats.
So it'll be 4th down and 1. 6:40 left in the 4th quarter. We're starting to play that music more and more. Have you noticed that? 38 special. We're going real deep here. Yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Then we get a little updated Coldplay.
Jacob Pfeiffer with plenty of room to run. He gets the 1st down easy by a couple yards. And
Jacob Pfeiffer on the carry for the Bearcats. Picks up the 1st down.
Good line movement there by the JV line, Michael.
Yes, it was. The ball's going to be right there at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bearcats as Blake Phillips comes there. But I was mentioning Blake Phillips. One of the things that the coaches are real excited about Blake Phillips is that he throws a really nice, catchable pass that makes it easy for those receivers, especially on a cold night. You know, that ball comes there a bullet, and it hurts to catch that ball. Evan Mock's in motion. Got play action here. Blake's going to go down for a loss right there. He's going to be brought down right around the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Khalil Frame on that tackle. And number 22 also, Michael.
Marvante Hobbs. Yeah, I like that name, Marvante.
Yeah, well,
that's a Wagner name.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Wow, we're having some great fun with
got shot in the press box.
Oh, boy. Well, 5 minutes left. Bearcats have a commanding lead of 49-8. Well, actually, they put them down at the 47-yard line opposed to the 49, as I mentioned before. But 4.5 minutes left. It's going to be another run play right there. He's not going to get too much yardage.
Jackson Alford.
Yeah, Jackson Alford does a nice job, yeah. So it's going to be 3rd down 13 for the Bearcats.
On the carry for the Bearcats.
As the Bearcat JV line's doing a nice job of moving the Bulldogs back and allowing them to get some good yardage there.
Yeah, it was a nice.
I don't mean to keep you up there, Bob.
No, it's a nice run there by Jackson Alford, and
nice recovery.
Nice positive yardage, running north and south, and nice play. Pitch out to Evan Mock. He's got room around the end, cuts it up. Well, this could be a touchdown.
Yeah, he's going to go. He's about the 10, 5, and touchdown, Bearcats. Yes, good. Nice run by Evan Mock. Did a great job. That for touchdowns being brought to you by 852FX and iHigh.com with help from the Verizon 4G LTE mobile hotspot. 55-8. 3:55 left in this ball game. You can mark it down. Bearcats hosting next weekend, 7:30. We'll be on live at 7:15 here at the Mo.
So the game's at 7:30 next week?
Yes, it is.
So Russell.
Well, you know what? I take that back.
Might be 8.
It could be 8 o'clock.
Far away, I think.
But
you can't be further than Fulton City. So
no, Russellville. It's just south of Bowling Green. So point after attempt by Mark Holtgrave, the number 2 kicker in the state of Kentucky, is good. Does a nice job, nice follow through. Mark was actually out here 2 weeks ago with a good friend of mine named Me. teaching me how to kick the point after
Oh,
attempts.
was he really?
I was 2 for 3.
Huh.
That's all I
Good.
know.
That's good teaching right there.
Oh, absolutely. He is my mentor, without doubt. Well, stay tuned after the game. We'll have post-game comments from Coach Jones. As well, we'll have Isaiah Brents as one of the seniors coming up and speaking
great.
to me after the ball game.
Oh, good. Looks like Connor Caudell will be kicking off again.
Good.
Connor got a touchback on his first kick. It's good to hear Connor's sister is doing so much better. You know, she had an accident. We saw her at the soccer banquet, and she looked absolutely fabulous. So
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What happened?
She had a slip and a fall, and you know, there were concerns about her pelvis and some other areas. But you know, boy, she looked fantastic at our soccer banquet. So
I'm glad to hear
see
that.
her doing so well.
Again, we'd like to send well wishes out to Tommy Johnson Sr., father of Tommy Johnson Jr., obviously, one of the past assistant coaches here, who's now a head coach down in Tennessee of high school. They went 0-10 last year, his football team did. They won 3 games this year, and they're a very young team, and next year Coach Johnson fully expects them to make the playoffs for the first time in their school history. So glad to hear about the success
good
that
for
Tommy
him.
Johnson Jr. is having. Oh, nice kick right
Another
there.
good kick. Down to about the 5. Fumbled.
Yeah,
Picked up by number 1, Brian Johnson. And Brian Johnson's got plenty of room. Connor Caudell is there for the tackle. I think Connor can get him.
He's going to go in.
He's going to get him.
He's a
He's gonna get
touchdown.
him. Yeah,
well done.
tackle.
What a job.
Oh,
Great hustle. I know the coaching
beautiful.
staff is really happy with that guy. Yeah.
You know, Connor Caudell just broke David Holtgrave's career record for tackles. He's got 1.
Connor Caudell makes the tackle.
That was an unbelievable effort play.
We've got an injured player on the field. It's going to be number 1. Beautiful job of carrying that ball all the way back, and unfortunately comes up a little gimpy right there. But, wow, what a hustle. You know the coaches love that.
Oh, you know, I tell you what, he plays center back on the soccer team, Michael, and he is just a tough kid.
Well, he does have a face that only a mother could love. So that makes it tough right there. Well, I'm just kidding.
That was
What do you
Michael
say
Bennett with that comment. Michael Bennett. There's a touchdown for Fulton City.
Yeah, it's going to make it 56-14. 2:30 left in the ball game.
Connor did make one of the biggest mistakes that you could make as a freshman. He wasn't crazy about his nickname Dill. So he told some of the seniors, he goes, I don't know if I like that nickname Dill. So it just reinforced the use of it. So he's affectionately known as Dill throughout the upper school here at KCD. But he is a crazy good soccer player. The attempt for 2 fails there for Fulton City. Greg Wheeler on that carry, Michael, and I think he ran into his own center. I think you're right. Yeah, wasn't too heads up of a play. I think he had his head down on the ground, so the score's going to remain with 2:33 left in the ball game. Michael, I got a big question 14. for you here with 2:33 left. What is the over-under for the number of yards this kickoff carries? I'm gonna give it as 13 yards is the over/under. Are you gonna go over or under? I'm going under. Definitely. You're going under. Oh, absolutely. Kevin Saberman? Over. All right. 13 is the number. You know, one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you this whole season: what do you eat for dinner before you come to these ball games? Michael, we stopped at Drake's tonight and had a really nice meal, and it's really barbecue with pork and beans. I don't know, but good gosh, Some nights you just. Here we go. Wait, 13. Oh, he did it! Stammerman wins easy. Oh, beautiful kick. 33 yards.
Yeah, there's a lot of ham in that one right there.
Oh my God.
2:20 left. Oh, come on.
Correction, Jackson Alfred.
Clock's running, 1:50 left in the ball game. Stay tuned for the still in quarterback. Post-game comments from Coach Jones and Isaiah Brents. Jacob Pfeiffer with a nice carry. Good 8 yards. Well, obviously happy with the results of this ball game. First playoff game of the 2012 season. As the Bearcats will go down with a big win. First time in school history with 10 wins. Like to see all these records being broken. It's also nice to play a game with no rain, but that hasn't happened a lot this year. Exactly. Jordan Leonard with a nice one. He could take this to the house. And he's down to the 30. He's going to be caught up right around the 31-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
Picks up a first down for the Bearcats.
So, Michael, this should be the last play of the game. We'll advance to round 2 of the playoffs for the second year in a row. Which is nice. And stay tuned next week. Bob Holtgrave and I will be back 7:30, hopefully kickoff. If not, it'll be an 8 o'clock kickoff, one of the two. But we'll either come on live at 7:15 or 7:45. Blake Phillips, long pass. Yes, touchdown Bearcats. Beautiful pass right there. 12 seconds left.
Phillips, pass to Donovan Carter. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Nice play all the way around there. Oh, good job tonight, Bob. Great having you. Hey, Michael, always fun. Yes, congrats on the win. Way to go, Michael.
Yes,
thank you.
I need that.
Game.
I need that.
I'm going to get my coat on for this one. I'm chilly. Yeah. So it's definitely gotten cooler. I think that's Donovan Carter's first touchdown as a varsity player. So hey, clock does Blake Phillips, the extra point. Blake Phillips' first touchdown pass, too, I believe. Is it? Okay. Yes. So, all right, well, stay tuned for Michael's going to go down onto the field for some end of game comments. He's going to try to get the mic into the huddle and get some post-game words with both Coach Jones and also Isaiah Brent. So, final here is KCD 62 and Fulton City 14. So,
for a round 2 game here at the Mo at 7:30. That's next Friday night, November the 9th. The game will be streamed live on iHigh if you can't make it. Please follow the Bearcats live or on replay by clicking on the iHigh link on our website at www.kcd.org. Thank you for supporting Bearcats football.
All right, so we'll be joining Michael Bennett here in just a second. He's down on the field with the team, and I'm going to hand it over to Michael here. I'm looking for him to see if he's in the huddle yet. Oh, he's just coming onto the field. So we're going to pass it off to Michael. He's going to try to get the portable mic into the huddle and get some post-game comments. Thanks for being with us. Another victory for KCD. We'll be back next week at 7:30. Right now, we watched 8 films of Russellville.
All right, it's going to take every single person, fans, everybody. All right, that they can, you understand? But we can do it. All right, but we got to pull together. We got to love each other. We got to do it. You understand? All right, everybody's got to be together. All right, that's a great job. Here we go. Let's bring it in and sing a song. Where we go without that? Congratulations, Big Phillips, on your first pass right there, buddy. Very nice, thank you. All right, Isaiah Prince, congratulations, buddy. You've had a phenomenal year here this year, and you know you're touchdown rushing. You're number 2 here for Kentucky Country Day in the school history. You've had a great year. I mean, what can you say good enough about this team?
Oh man, we just put in hard work. We just play together, winning.
What do you think we're going to see out next week with Russellville? You have any idea yet?
It's going to take everything we got, but I think we're up to it.
Well, you know you have done a great job here. You know you battled some injury. Thank goodness you're out of that, and it's not a problem now. And you've really committed yourself this year, so that in hopes you can play in a higher level next year too. And I think you've got all the opportunity to do that because you're just a strong runner. Well, what's gotten you just so really good at doing it this year? And how'd you recommit yourself?
It's the last year for everything. We just want to be the best we can be.
Well, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck next week.
Thank you.
Good job, Coach. Get over here, Coach. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. Great win.
Well, I know this was really not a well-balanced team that we were playing here, and it makes it tough. Bob Holdgrave and I were talking about this earlier, that we've gone 4 or 5 weeks in a row where you really hadn't had the starters in the whole game. Does that bother you a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And 2 days a week with condition as hard as we can, Mondays and Wednesdays, and hopefully, that's going to pay off for us. But we really don't know until we get there and see if we're in the right condition. But it feels like we are.
Well, the positive is that when you take your players out of the ball game that early, they're healthy. So you don't have to worry about any injury.
Well, hopefully we can get Emilio back, and hopefully we can get Khalil's ankle healed. He's okay, but you just want him 100%.
Well, cold weather tends to tighten up that injury a little bit too, but I'm sure he'll be back and raring to go. What are we going to see out of this Russellville team next week?
We're going to see size, speed. We're going to see a well-coached football team. We're going to see the best football team we've seen this year, and I think they're going to see one of the best teams they've seen this year too.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Right. Appreciate being here. It's history tonight as the Bearcats win the 10th game of the season. First time they've ever done it in school history. Bearcats win 62-14 over Fulton City. This is Michael Bennett coming to you from the campus of Kentucky Country Day. Stay tuned next week. We'll be hosting here at the Mo as we congratulate August Blocker, too, for captain for the first time as well. But we'll be online at 7:15. Kickoff at 7:30. Hope you're able to join us. This is the Kentucky Country Day Football Network. Bearcats win. Good night.